Hey everybody, what is going on? So today we are going to have lots of fun. And I'm being facetious. We're going to play with Google Analytics. How fun is that? All right. Google Analytics. We want to get it set up and we want to connect it to our site. In this case, we'll be connecting it to system.io. And then what we'll do is I'm going to actually walk you through step by step how to use ChatGPT to walk us through this as well. I want to teach people how to fish. All right. So if you're looking at Google Analytics going, I'm kind of confused about all this because it can be confusing. It's kind of like if you go down and into that Google Analytics hole, you drop down the hole and there's just paths everywhere, right? And where do I go? And it can be confusing. And so, going to walk you through. We're going to use ChatGPT to kind of walk us through it as well. Hold our hand. We'll get set up with Google Analytics. We'll connect it to our site. This can also be set up if you're using Wix, and then we'll go from there. And this is going to be a longer video. Guarantee is going to be a longer video. But if you're looking at a step-by-step process on how to get set up with Google Analytics, this is the video for you. So that being said, let's jump in and go check it out. First thing I did is I went into Google Gemini, and I'm in incognito mode right now, so it won't even work. But even here, let me pull this up for you. It's a mess. You go into Gemini, and I just get errors. I'm logged in right here. I'm logged into my Google account, so it should be no problem whatsoever going in and using Google Gemini. Chat with Gemini, something went wrong. Typical whenever I go and work with Google. And the only reason I was going to Gemini is I'm like, it's a Google product. Maybe I'll have better success with AI if I'm using Gemini because it's a Google product. But that didn't work. So I'm going into ChatGPT and I'm just in incognito mode, and I'm just working with the standard ChatGPT that you get for free. I can use this all day long with no issues. And here's how I started. I already started going down this path before I started the video. And my prompt was, I keep hearing about setting up Google Analytics on my website, but I don't know how. You know, can you help me with this by providing detailed steps as if I'm an 8-year-old? All right. Again, I know my way around some web stuff, but I like going and adding in um, that what's the word I'm looking for, the little details about, hey, I'm an 8-year-old. All right. So what do you need? A Google account. Yes, we've got a Google account. I just showed you I was logged in. A website. Yes, I've got a website. I've got this particular website for success with membership sites set up with Cloudflare already. So we're good there. All right. So now it's saying sign into Google. Yeah, I'm signed in. And go to Google Analytics. Now they have a little link here, and it says analytics.google.com. But let me go ahead. I'm just going to right click and I'm going to do copy link address. I want to use this browser because I'm already logged in. Paste that in, and let's just see what it does. Okay, so that's cool. When I did a Google for Google Analytics, again, it was taking me down. Like I said, I was in a hole with all these different tunnels going all over the place. I wasn't at this site. So if you're wondering how to get here, analytics.google.com. Cool, right? All right, let's see what ChatGPT says next. I could definitely just run with this and just take off. But again, I want to teach everybody how to shift, how to. I want to teach everybody how to fish. All right, so I'm logged in. I've gone to Google Analytics. Sign up. Click on Start for free or Sign up. You might see a Set up for free button. Click on that. So let's bring this back over, and it actually says Start measuring, and that's to be expected. AI is not going to be exact. Okay, um, and then create an account. All right, let's put on the brakes here for a minute. If you've played with Google Analytics before, I have. You might already have like a master account. So maybe you have my domain, I'm sorry, or maybe you have my name at google.com. All right. So you're John Doe and you have johndoe at gmail.com and you've been putting all your websites there. You can do that. You can continue using your main Gmail login and put all of your websites under that login if you want. And the reason I wanted to stop and put the brakes on is me and my colleagues talk about this kind of stuff quite a bit. And that is one of the things, and again, this is not a huge thing, but one of the things you might want to be considering if you're using it for all this for business is keeping things packaged together in its own account so that if someone comes along and says, I'd like to buy your business, it's very, very easy to say, cool, here's johndoe@gmail.com, or here's my awesome website at gmail.com, and all of the associated stuff, which means here's the Google Analytics account that goes with that. There's no other Google Analytics account with it, just the one that you're creating, just the one that deals with your business. It's all in a package. And so I guess what I'm getting at here is I do have other websites on another Gmail account that are all in there, all nicely packed and all in one place. But I'm setting it up in a brand new Gmail account because I want it to be portable. I want it to be very, very easy if someone to say, hey, Sean, I'd like to buy Success with Membership sites from you. Cool. Here's the Gmail address that goes along with it. Here's the Google Analytics that goes along with it. I have it in its own Cloudflare account. Here's the Cloudflare account that goes with it. So it's not like I have to do a bunch of transferring from one account to another in order to sell it to somebody. I just give it to them. Here you go. Bye. There's no trying to weed it out from the other stuff. Okay. So that being said, account details. What's the account name? Success with memberships, and it could be memberships or membership sites. I think I own both of those domains. Um, this one here is just Success with Membership sites. So let's just do that. And then here, this can be kind of, it's kind of scary. You're looking at this going, whoa, what's all going on? This is typical Google. Google wants to know everything about us, guys. And again, for me, this is all business stuff anyway. So it's like, whatever, go ahead. And yeah, you want to be somewhat careful. But again, because I've got it separated from everything else, I'm not too stressed about this. This setting is required for enhanced demographics and interests reporting. Obviously, if you're hooking up your Google Analytics, you're doing it for the demographics and interests and things like that. So I'm going to go ahead and just pop it in there. And we're going to say next. Let's slow down a little bit though here. And let's go back to our ChatGPT. Okay. All right. So we're back at ChatGPT and we've signed into Google. We've gone to the Google Analytics. We signed up. We've created an account, and it says add a property. This is cool because that's where we're at. We're at property details, property name. Okay. So I got all kinds of things popping up here on my other window. What exactly is a property? Let's see if ChatGPT tells us what it is. A property is like a room where you keep all the information about your website. So again, this is going to be all the property for the main website that we're going to be connecting this to. So if you own myawesomewebsite.com, you would just put in there my awesome website because again, you're only really connecting it to that one website. If you were connecting it to another website, I'd probably just use the other website's name as well. All right. So it's like a room, like your website's name. And that's exactly what it said right here. So enter your website information, fill in the details about your website, choose web because you're tracking a website. Yes. All right. So let's go back in here and do Success with Memberships sites. And let me just go, and I want to double check and make sure that is exactly what I'm working with here. All right, not a super big deal, but it's actually, I went into my system.io website and just to see what website am I using, because I do have multiple domains that have to do with Success with Memberships. And sure enough, the domain that I'm using, again, not a huge deal because they're so similar, is successwithmemberships.com. So I'm going to do that, Success with Memberships. Okay. It's already kind of pulling in my time zone stuff. I am on the PST time zone, Los Angeles time, if you will, US dollar. That's fine. We're going to click on next. All right. Business details. It's just me, folks. Let's just see. Why am I not getting a next here? That's kind of interesting, huh? So It's needing a category. Again, I have a feeling it's going to be kind of vague. I don't really think it's going to matter what you put in here, but try and get it as close as possible. Um, Online communities. Again, I don't really think it matters, but sure, we'll just do that. Small and next, because it's a success with memberships, and so I guess you could say actually it's just other. It's just a catch-all. I just need a catch-all. All right. Again, I don't think that that's a huge deal. Don't know why it's required, but hey, that's for Google to that's for Google stuff. So let's go back over here real quick, and I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's again make sure that we're fishing properly, right, with our pole. Make sure we're using the right line. Make sure we're using the right spool, whatever. I'm not a fisherman, as you can tell. Um, so let's check this out. So right now it's just saying enter your website information. So that's where we're at right now. And it didn't go into a whole lot of details because I can tell tracking code is going to come up, I think, a little bit further. So um, do that. It's not doing a very good job explaining things as if I'm an 8-year-old. I can tell you that. So choose your business objectives. Um, Analyze and optimize your sales, measure user engagement, learn how to people explore your products or services. Other, again, I don't know if it really matters here, but you know what? Let's go back to ChatGPT. Okay, I'm at the place where I'm entering all of my business information, and it's asking me to choose my objectives. It has checkboxes for the following: leads, sales, traffic, user engagement. The reason I'm slowing down here is because some of the gurus, again, I'm not a guru when it comes to, I'm going to flat out say it, I'm not a guru when it comes to um, Google Analytics. Again, I'm not a fan of having to deal with Google stuff because, again, I'm having to use ChatGPT to figure everything out because it's just, you go down a black hole and you have all of these different tunnels that you have to choose from, and it's confusing. And it's a big old maze. And then we have other. Okay, here's what I just typed in. We have leads, sales, traffic, user engagement, retention, and other. Other. Which ones of these should I put a check next to? Does it matter if I check them all? Is there any benefit to only checking one or two? Again, I don't know. Because again, some of the gurus are going to say, skip this. Don't worry about that. You'll be able to deal with that later. I don't know. Great questions. Um, so it's going into telling you what each object means. Think about your goals. Again, if I'm putting myself into the shoes of someone that's come to me to set up Google Analytics, the reason they're doing it is they went to some guru and the guru is saying you need to set up Google Analytics on your site. You got to do this in order to run ads or whatever else. And again, um, Google Analytics, analytics only works if you have data, and you're only going to have data if you have people landing on your site. So if you're setting it up and you don't have traffic, I mean, you can set it up, but it's kind of like um, it's hard to go and set all this stuff up and expect to get anything out of it when you're not giving it any data. It's like, I've got all these sensors set up to collect data, but nothing's there. It's just nothing's there. So if you're planning on running paid ads, Google Analytics makes sense. It's you're going to be able to, as you drive traffic to your site, the goal, of course, is those paid ads are going to drive traffic to your site. Then you can kind of see, okay, how are those ads doing? Where are people landing? What are they doing when they get there? Um, so what I'm going to do here, that was about as clear as mud. I don't know about you guys. It was about as clear as mud to me about what I should do. Um, Honestly, if I'm and I am in that person's shoes, I don't know what my goals are. I mean, when I look at this, actually my goals are all this. Yeah, I want to track leads, I want to track sales, I want to track traffic. Yeah, I'd like to know what's going on with user engagement. I mean, wouldn't I don't know, in a way you kind of look at this and go, wouldn't everybody want all that? I mean, look at that. And now it's not letting me, if I click on multiple types of reports, this option can't be combined with other options. Um, so now when I look at this, when I clicked on other, it took away everything else. So um, boom, 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 boom. So I'm gonna click on other. So again, this is why this stuff is confusing. We'll go ahead and click on create, and now we've got all this stuff. I accept all the stuff. Goobla gook here. Again, clear as mud. Okay, and then let me scroll all the way down. It's probably wanting. Okay, learn more. We got more stuff in here. I was looking for that little checkbox there, which it doesn't look like you can. Oh, there we go. I accept. I wonder what happens if you click on I do not accept. All right, choose a platform. Um, so again, this could be confusing to you. When you think about apps, iOS apps, Android apps, again, you're almost never going to be using this as a small business owner. I mean, you could have apps. Yes, you could have apps. When you think about this, it's not that your users are pulling up um, your website on their phone. That doesn't make it an app. They're still using a web browser on your phone. So um, if you have a dedicated app for your business that they go to the App Store or they go to the Google Play Store to download, that's where this Android app and iOS app come into play. So for probably, I don't know, 95% of the people that are going to be having a small business, it might even be more than that, and again, that's just a random number. It's not like I've gone and looked at statistics and know it's 95%, but let's just say the majority of people who have a small business are just going to be using web. Told you this was going to be a long video. All right, so set up your web stream. Okay, so if you own mywebsite.com, this is where you would put it in here. For me, it's success with memberships. It's success with memberships.com. So we're going to do www.success with, make sure I spell it all right, memberships.com. And stream name, again, nose is itching. Stream name, again, we're just going to put success with memberships. And then enhance measurement, it's automatically checked. I'm going to leave it automatically checked. And then page views, sure, scrolls, measuring page views. What happens when we click on that? Plus 4 more. So interesting. You could probably go in here and add more. So it looks like page views is already set by default. That's on. And it looks like everything's pretty much set automatically. Again, I'm just going to leave everything default here. Click on create. And there we go. So what this stuff is here is code that you're going to actually go and connect to your site. So this is a way of Google's backend being connected to your website so they can communicate, and Google can pull data from your website and put it into their little bucket on Google's end. Okay. That being said, let's go over here and just see where we're at. So let's go back up here and go back up to where it was. Find your tracking code. You'll get a piece of code called a tracking ID or global site ID tag. So what we're looking at here is probably this set up a Google tag. Okay. copy the code, gtag.js, and here they actually have a copy function, okay? And this is where you're going to go and add it to your site. All right, let's go back in here. We'll open your website editor, log into your website builder. You use WordPress, Wix, or Squarespace. Find where to add code. In our case, we're using system.io, and settings, header codes, site code. It's usually the area where you can add extra code snippets. So I'm in the back end. Let me pull this up. This is the code. Copy the code. Okay. And then we go into funnels, and we go into My Amazing Funnel, and we go into like what you would call the home page, and you do edit page, whatever. Yeah, save. Go into settings, go all the way down, and then right in here, edit header code. Open that up. I've got a bunch of stuff in there already, and I'm going to leave that stuff at the top. I'm going to paste in my script, and this is the Google tag. So if you notice this right here, see all that? Let me pull this over. It's all this, okay? Right here, install manually. Below is the Google tag for this account. Copy and paste into the code of every page of your website immediately after the head element. Don't add more than one Google tag to each page, okay? So you want to go and you want to add this tag to every header element in your system.io website. So we're going to copy that. You're going to go back over to your system.io funnel or website, whatever page you want to collect data on. We're going to click on Save Changes on this site that we were just playing with. We're going to go out of that. Okay, this is the funnel that I'm using that's for my website. And again, let's go and look at this. This is a squeeze page. Let me just view this funnel step real quick. And sure, I want to add it to there. I want to have data on that one too. So we'll go ahead and click on Edit Page. We'll go to our settings. We'll go down to Edit Header Code, and we'll paste that in and save it. And you do that to every page on your site. It wouldn't hurt to just go ahead and add it to every page of your system.io site. All right, so there you go. That's how you set up your Google Analytics and connect it to your system.io website. And eventually, when everything's said and done, here I'm going to click on test. It's already been detected on my website. I went ahead and clicked on test. We confirmed it. It's already connected. So there you go. We're set. Now it's collecting data, and it isn't active for your website. If you installed tags more than 48 hours ago, make sure they're set up correctly. We haven't set them up yet. So again, this might look like, oh, what's going on? I mean, we already have a stream name. It's given us a stream ID. But what eventually is going to happen is and I don't suspect I'm going to have much data on this. This isn't a site that I do a lot with. So, but when you have a hardcore site that you have a lot of visitors, you'll start seeing some data coming in. But there you go. That's how you do that. So if you're enjoying these videos, and specifically, if you want to watch more videos on system.io, Dana and I have a whole playlist on that. Check it out. Subscribe to the channel. And that's it for now, everybody. Thanks for watching.